You just finished Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. The prototype finally stepped out of the shadows. You stared at your monitor and whispered, "Wait, is the doctor back? Again?" And now you're here, scrolling, searching, trying to figure out if that ending meant what you think it meant. Good news? I've got the answers. Bad news? Those answers are gonna make you even more confused. Because buried in all that chaos is the truth about Playtime Co., the orphans, and maybe even the player themselves. Before we talk about what Chapter 5 revealed, let's make sure that everyone's caught up, because if you're jumping back in after a year away, welcome. It's been chaos. Look, I get it. Chapter 4 was forever ago. You've played other games, you've touched some grass, you've forgotten things. So here's the quick version. You went to Safe Haven. You met Doughy the Dough Man, who was great until he wasn't. You fought the doctor, who turned out to be Harley Sawyer trapped in a computer. The prototype takes these explosives that we planted and uses them to destroy the safe haven. Doughy gets pissed and blames us, and we end up fighting him. And then Ollie, the kid who'd been guiding you this whole time, revealed himself as the prototype. Yeah, that one hurt. So by the time Chapter 5 starts, you're alone, you're injured, and Huggy is at the door. Great! Chapter 5 doesn't waste any time. Huggy breaks through. You run. And I mean run. This opening sequence is actually genius because it doubles as a refresher course. Jump, duck, slide, panic, it all comes rushing back. By the time you escape, your muscle memory is restored and your heart rate is through the roof. Huggy takes the grab pack, you fall down an elevator shaft, you wake up in the toy morgue surrounded by wrong side out experiments. And then you meet Globy. Globy is a star-shaped flashlight toy. He's cute, he's helpful, he lights up the dark areas and plays audio tapes. Personally, I love him. If Mom Entertainment doesn't sell a real Globy plushie, I say we riot. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what we actually learned. Reveal number 1, the prototype's philosophy. Now, we finally meet the prototype face to face, and he isn't just some mindless monster. He has a plan. During the tea party scene, yes, a tea party, the prototype explains that he's been sending the orphans to a better place. Now, at first you think he means he killed them. Mercy killings, putting them out of their misery. But the more you dig through the files, the more you realized it's much darker than that. The prototype sees himself as a savior. He's freeing them from the suffering of being experiments. He's collecting them, preserving them, building something. And what is that something? Well, we don't know yet, but it's not good. Reveal number 2, Lily Lovebraids is insane. Lily Lovebraids is your main antagonist for a solid chunk of this chapter. She's a doll with prehensile hair who keeps Poppy and Kissy trapped in her giant dollhouse. She forces you to set up a tea party, she forces you to find her friends, and when the prototype shows up and accidentally knocks her aside, she reacts like a scorned child. You do eventually kill her by dropping a giant fake cloud on her, which is both satisfying and slightly hilarious. Reveal number 3, Huggy and Kissy's reconciliation. Now, this is the emotional core of the chapter. Huggy has been chasing you for 5 chapters. He's been the face of the franchise, the Blue Menace. But in Chapter 5, we see his memories. We see him waking up as Experiment 1170. We see the confusion, the fear, the loss. And when he finally catches you, Kissy steps in. She calms him down. And for a moment, they're not monsters. They're counterparts. And then the prototype impales them both. Yeah, thanks for that, Mom. Now, the ending here is where things get really weird. You board a tram heading for the data center. You crash it trying to kill the prototype. He survives, he wounds you, he throws you into a vat of poppy gel. And as you sink, you hear this quote from the VHS tape titled, "Welcome to Playtime" from back in Chapter 3.
Should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust. come home.
You black out, the screen fades, and then we see the text. We still need you. Get up. Giblet saves you. You make it to the data center, you find the backup, and sitting there, waiting for you, is Harley Sawyer, the doctor, alive, in the server, grinning at you.
Well now, this is a rather interesting turn of events.
Roll credits. So, the doctor is back. And here's the thing. The doctor hates the prototype. The prototype hates the doctor, having mutual distrust of one another. And you're stuck in the middle. Chapter 6 is almost certainly going to be the final chapter, and it is shaping up to be a three-way war. You have the prototype, who wants to finish his better place and save the remaining orphans. You have Poppy, who's been captured and is probably losing her mind. You have the doctor, who's now a digital ghost with access to everything. And you have the player, who just had a hallucination that connects them directly to the factory's past. Now this is where my brain starts spinning. The Poppy gel hallucination isn't random. It implies that the player has been here before, that the gel is unlocking something. What if the player isn't just some former employee? What if they were an orphan, an experiment that got out? Or worse, what if they're the original prototype? The first one. I mean, it would explain why the prototype is so interested in you, why he doesn't just kill you, why he keeps letting you get closer. You aren't his enemy, you're his unfinished business. So, where do we go from here? Chapter 6 is going to be the data center. I mean, that's confirmed. You have the backup, you have the doctor, you have all the files on Playtime Co's sins. The goal is to save Poppy and stop the prototype. But with the doctor in the mix, nothing is simple. I mean, he could help you, he could betray you, he could try to take over the prototype's body or upload himself into something worse. My prediction, the final confrontation won't be some boss fight. It's gonna be a choice. Save Poppy, destroy the prototype, or side with the doctor and burn it all down. Because, well, come on, let's be honest here. This series has never been about happy endings. It's about trauma, about what happens when you try to fix something that was broken from the start. But that's pretty much everything we know about Chapter 5 and what's coming next. Quick question here before you go. Is the doctor actually going to help us, or is he setting up the ultimate betrayal? Drop your theories down in the comments below, because I do need to know if I'm the only one who thinks that he's going to stab us in the back the second we let our guard down. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss when we finally get a Chapter 6 trailer, and I have to make another video panicking about it. And if you haven't played Chapter 5 yet, what are you waiting for? Go get traumatized by a tea party.